Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps and a brand new soap collection. May I introduce you to, this month we are doing the Princess Academy collection. So this is a collection inspired by princesses, as you guys can probably tell. And we're not just doing Disney princesses either, okay? We did a collection about 2 years ago inspired by a lot of Disney princesses, but I wanted to broaden that horizon a little bit. So I picked some of my favorites. One of the princesses in here I know literally nothing about. I mean, like, nothing about, but I picked it, and that particular princess I didn't even design the soap for. I actually had a family member do it. So feel free to leave your guesses down below. I'm not gonna show you guys my Pinterest board this month because it will give absolutely everything away. And I just think it'll be a lot more fun for you guys to see which princesses I picked. Obviously, there's a lot of great choices out there. I couldn't get to all of them, and some of them don't translate very well to soap, or at least I personally couldn't come up with any good designs for them. Basically, if you broke it all down, I had these soaps that I designed and particular characters, people, etc. that I had already kind of had a design on the works for, and then I was like, what if we just put all the princesses together in 1 month and call it Princess Academy? So there you go. It's not that deep, okay? And yes, there are gonna be some like fantastic, high quality pop culture princesses that didn't make the cut. And maybe that means we're up for a round 2 Princess Academy, a second semester, if you will, next year. So if by the end of this whole collection I missed one of your favorites, let me know. Maybe we'll throw her in next year. Right, anyway, so Princess Collection, soap number 1, Princess Tiana. Listen, underrated. I don't see nearly enough about Princess Tiana. She's hardworking, she gets out there and follows her dreams. She's just perfect. Also, the soundtrack for that movie is incredible. Highly recommend. I was an adult when I watched this film. Caleb and I watched it together. The Princess and the Frog, by the way. I realize I haven't said that yet. It's so good. Like, the soundtrack, the whole thing. It's incredible. You guys enjoy the soap video. You'll see all of it unfold momentarily. Let's make some soap. All right, guys, we're gonna start this slab as we do all of our slabs. If you're interested in using my recipe, it's down in the description box below for free. We've made tens of thousands of soaps with this recipe. Tons of other makers have used it. Everybody seems to like it a lot. It bubbles really well, it's nice and hard, no glycerin rivers, etc. And I'm going to go ahead and blend this up on high until just past emulsion, and then we'll split off our colors. Awesome, let's split this off. I'm gonna pour about 60 ounces of my batter into each one of these bowls. I get these from the Dollar Tree. The last time I checked, they were still $1, though I've seen a couple of comments recently saying that they've bumped them to $3. It's still a lot cheaper than using stainless steel, okay? I'm still using it. I literally have a company that employs other soap makers, and we're still using these things, okay? Now, one of these I'm using for the top layer, so I'm gonna get it out of our way. And then these other 2 we're actually using for the base layer of soap. I'm gonna have 3 different colored greens, all of them based on Tiana's ball gown and some of the colors in the swamp. Into our large container, we're adding mint julep, and I finally have my little mini spatula back. I could not find these for the longest time. I think Caleb found them because it was not there and then it was there. So I think he must have found it and put it in my studio for me, but these things are a lifesaver. Also, these little cups that I use can be used so many times over. They are included in the Royalty Soaps soap frosting kit, and that's one of the things that I say is like, just wash it out and use it again because they are very durable. Also, into the main base container, we're adding a little bit of titanium dioxide. This helps anchor some of the colors. I've seen another just to address some comments I've seen. A lot of people are like, why do you always add titanium dioxide? I don't want pastel soaps all the time. Well, if you don't add that much, it actually just helps to kind of stabilize the color. It doesn't necessarily take the color to a pastel. Today's soap is not going to be a good example of that because these are a lot more pastel, but just trust me, it helps anchor this color in the soap and makes it less translucent in the final bar. Now we have a bit of Green Vibrance mixed with Lettuce Entertain You. Green Vibrance is from Nurture Soap, Lettuce Entertain You is from Mad Micah's, and then that Mint Julep is from Mad Micah's too. I will have all of these colors listed down below. For those of y'all who didn't know that I do that, I do. I went through a phase where I didn't, and then I was like, no, I really need to give people links to that. All the things I'm using. It's just so much easier than having to Google everything yourself. And then, of course, adding a little bit of titanium dioxide just to stabilize. And then into the final bucket, a little bit more titanium dioxide, and then some Lettuce Entertain You all by itself. This is a very warm yellow-toned green. Yellow-hued, yellow-toned. Maybe one day I'll actually figure out how the colors work. So many people leave helpful tips down below and they're like, here's the easy way to remember. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that is so easy. It makes so much sense. And then I forget. Okay, what's next? Fragrance oil. We're almost there. Okay, almost there. Cause I'm almost there. Almost there. Here's our fragrance oil blend. Let me tell you, it's something really nice. It's actually not a blend. It's just a straight fragrance from Nature's Garden. It's called Water, Lily, and Jasmine. It is so nice. It's like an aquatic floral. I'll put the scent profile on the screen right now so that you can see the complexity of it. It smells incredible. Now, I've read some reviews. Some people say that this accelerates their batter. Other people have said it doesn't. We will see what it does to mine. Ooh, you know that green's gonna be good. This is kind of like the froggy green. Ugh, this legit smells the best. I might have to use this fragrance for something else. All right, let's blend everything up. I'll probably do it on low just to be safe because again, if it's gonna accelerate, I don't wanna make it worse. Okay, I've got to run my spatula around the edges of my batter here because there's just some things that didn't quite get incorporated. Also, y'all know greens do you dirty. Whenever you're looking at the batter when it's still in a caustic, unsaponified form, you're not getting the true version of the greens. You're just not gonna do it. It doesn't look right until everything has saponified and is actual soap. So don't be thrown off by these colors. They'll look a lot better tomorrow. Now, let's get our swirl done. I'm gonna plop it in just like this. Well, that was a little runny. I might not do that exactly for the next one. Let's go ahead and scrapey our little white dollar store containy right here. Right, put a little green down this side and perhaps a little green over here. It doesn't matter too much, honestly. I'm just making stuff up. That could be like a t-shirt. Katie soaping style equals shimmer emoji making stuff up. Shimmer emoji. All right. Look what nice Caleb did. He taped everything up so that it wouldn't fall down when I was pouring. I've let it sit up a little bit so that all these colors won't swirl together too much because I did pour them a little bit runny. I'm gonna pour all over the place, all around. Yes! Look at our little froggy princess. She would be so pleased. Now, I will say this fragrance oil has accelerated the batter, but at a very manageable rate for me. If you're using a harsher water discount than I am, you may experience a little bit more trouble, but I already have a pretty steep water discount and it was acting all right for me in 2022. Now, suppliers can have formula changes to their fragrance oils and never tell you, especially if one of the like ingredients is different. You know, they're not in charge of what goes into a fragrance oil, and there's many different chemicals that can go into a fragrance oil. So it could be that one person gets a batch, maybe it's a little heavier on this or a little heavier on that, and that makes all the difference. There have been plenty of fragrance oils that I have used. When I go back to use them again, they make all my batches act weird, even though my soap recipe hasn't changed a gram. Let me give this a good tap. And then I'm gonna texture this layer. Not too much, because I only have 60 ounces to put on the top, and that's actually kind of thin. So I'm gonna make sure that the texturing is like less than 1/4 of an inch thick. For those who aren't in the United States, Texas is actually very close to Louisiana, which is where The Princess and the Frog movie takes place. Texas is also very large. I remember when there were hurricanes happening on the Gulf, and so many sweet people were sending me like, are you and your family safe? You know, thinking about you over there. They just don't realize I'm like 400 miles away from where that was happening. As a reference point, Texas is so large, we can fit the entire United Kingdom into our state almost 3 times over. We can fit like 7 European countries in our one state. Okay, it's enormous. It's a huge state, and there's just such a lot going on. But I am about an hour and a half from Louisiana. I'm very close to it. Caroline has a lot of Louisiana relatives. Her dad knows how to make a mean gumbo. So I'm pretty aware of like Louisiana stuff, Mardi Gras and the like. So I have made a custom blend of glitter just for this soap. I tried to take that all into consideration when designing and still making it very reminiscent and true to our Princess Tiana. Now, I've got everything a little tiny bit textured, so let's mix up that last layer and pour it on top. It's going to be very satisfying. We're going to pause our soap making for a quick moment to discuss today's sponsor, Stamps.com. We are so grateful to Stamps.com for multiple reasons. Number one, having sponsorships in our videos help keep all of the Royalty Soaps YouTube content 100% free and available to everybody. But number two, they are such an amazing tool for small businesses. And I'll tell you how. In business, time is money, okay? I know it's not like that for personal life and whatever, but in business, that is very much how it is. And where I live in a rural area, we are 30 minutes from our nearest post office. And with Stamps.com, we don't have to go to the post office. They'll just come and pick it up from our facility, which means I'm spending less time driving and more time doing all the business things that I love. All you need is a computer and a stand printer, no special equipment, and you can sign up at Stamps.com/royalty soaps for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That is Stamps.com/royalty soaps. Be sure to check it out. I'll leave you guys a link down in the description box. Thank you so much to Stamps.com for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's continue making some soap. All right, so now we have the black color. This is supposed to be sort of for Tiana's hair, and then we will be putting a little water lily on top of each bar, sort of like her crown and the ornaments on her dress. In our little fictitious world I was sort of creating with my sisters, that is the Princess Academy collection, I just envisioned Tiana as like the princess who comes in and teaches all the other girls how to get stuff done. Some of the princesses that we've picked for this, they're not merely ornamental, but they just look like they don't know how to do all the stuff Tiana knows how to do. She could teach them how to run a restaurant, how to get some recipes going, how to stand up for themselves. Like, sister is absolutely necessary for this academy. She is getting stuff done. All right, let's tap this down, remove any air bubbles. And then I want to get a little bit of texture on top of this. I'm going to use a metal chopstick to do so, and I'm going to move pretty quick it's not setting up too fast, but I don't want the soap to get air bubbles in it. Yes. Just like this. I also have 52 little embeds to put on top, so sister has to hurry up. Awesome. Okay, I'm so excited for this next part. Are y'all ready to see the glitter blend I created? Here we go. Here is my Mardi Gras glitter blend. Now, all of these are biodegradable, eco-friendly glitters from The Good Glitter. You can use the code ROYALTY for 15% off your purchase. This is 1 part purple stardust, 1 part emerald stardust, and then like a half a part gold stardust. I'm just gonna start by sprinkling it all on top. Woo, maybe that's not such a good idea. I do this every time. Just get a makeup brush, Katie. Come on. Look how evenly a makeup brush distributes it, and I'm always trying to avoid it. And I don't know why, because makeup brushes with glitter on them are some of the prettiest things ever, and I'm always like, can I shortcut this, please? All right, let's get all that on there. So satisfying. Also making sure we don't miss these end pieces. I think I may have added a little much glitter. I think it's like 2.5 grams of glitter for the top of this, which one could argue is a little much. I think we actually need like 1.25 grams. I'll be adjusting the recipe accordingly. Let me just clean up the sides here. Get back in there where you belong. I've put my soap grid on. Caleb made this grid and it is so helpful. And then I'll add on our little water lily flowers. So here they all are. The Empress of Embeds did a lovely job per usual. The Empress of Embeds is Shelly. She is my sister. Let's talk about formulating soap recipes. As you guys know, as I mentioned earlier, I have had this recipe for many, many years. I have sold bars made with this recipe for a long time, tens of thousands of bars. It is exceptionally rare that I ever get a complaint about the soap, but if I do, it's normally not a complaint. It's just a question from a soap maker that is perhaps newer at making soap, asking about the values as listed in Soap Calc. So if you're not familiar, you have to calculate how much lye is going into your batch, because depending on the different oils, there will be different amounts of lye that you have to use to saponify those oils. And based on the oils you put in, Soap Calc will tell you a little bit about what your bar may end up feeling like. So they will give you a suggested range for hardness, a suggested range for cleansing, a suggested range for bubbliness and creaminess, etc., etc. And it is just that, a suggested range by Soap Calc, okay? It is not if you go over or under, all your soap is gonna burn people's skin off. That's not what's going on. There is an incredible article that can explain the range and all of the different scientific properties of soap so much better than I can while I'm trying to actually make a batch. It is written by Kenna of Modern Soap Making. I recommend her blog all the time because she breaks things down in a way that everybody can understand and really empowers soap makers to not be so scared of things. She has an entire article written on if the Soap Calc numbers are the end-all be-all, and explains to you why they're not. They're really just a recommendation and they don't take everything into consideration. So yes, technically my cleansing numbers for this soap recipe are kind of high, but once again, it feels great on your skin. I've sold tens of thousands of bars. I never get any complaints about it. All it is a suggested range. You have to do your own experimenting. Everything is looking fantastic. I'm gonna spritz the top of this bar gently. I do already have glitter on it. Probably should have spritzed this before I added the glitter, but here we are. All right, and let me bring you in for a close-up because believe me, it's worth looking at close-up. And here we are up close. Look at all that gorgeous glitter. I cannot wait to cut into this bar. We're gonna split the slab into loaves and take a peek at the inside in 18 to 24 hours. Wow, somebody is getting a lot. Right there. I can't wait to see it. I just know those greens are gonna look so good. We'll be back right after this quick commercial break. Would you just look at it? Hold on. Let me pull it out of focus. Y'all, look at this. I'm gonna pull it out of frame and then put it back in the frame so it's out of focus so you can see the glitter, 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 glitter. Ah, so pretty. Let's open up our soap cutter. I'm gonna put it on its side so the glitter doesn't make any drag marks. Line it up and press down gently. Pull one out of the middle. It's a little sticky this morning, but no big deal. This is what it looks like on the inside. So you can see 3 distinct greens, but I may lighten up the base green a little bit more. There's a little bit of unincorporated TD there, but nothing that I can't fix a little later. And then here's the Mardi Gras top with our little water lily on it. I'm obsessed. The fragrance is definitely a lighter scent. It smells great. It's just on the lighter end, which is awesome because there's tons of people who don't prefer like a super strong fragrance in their soap. They just want it gently scented, and that is definitely what we're serving up with this bar here. And don't those greens look so much nicer today? Yes, they do. I really like this lighter green. I think that one's perfect. I'll probably leave that one as is. And then for the one that has green vibrance in it, I may not add any titanium dioxide to that. I might just leave it alone. And then lighten up the base and we should be good. I really love the texture here. I think that's a good addition. Overall, I am super pleased. So today's question of the day: who is your favorite character in The Princess and the Frog? I'm gonna have to say Mama Odie. I think she's incredible. I love her voice. I think her song that she sings is the best. But a close second is Ray the Firefly because he's so sweet and genuine. Okay, but look how cute the soap samples from this design are going to be. They even have the glitter on top. So it really is like a perfect soap sample. All of the layered soaps look really, really good in sample form. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hoped you liked my inspiration for Tiana. I also want to mention, because I didn't say this in the video, I made Princess Tiana an artisan soap instead of a frosted soap because I really wanted the Mardi Gras glitter to be like the show-stopping moment. Sometimes with frosted soaps, not all the time, but sometimes I have some competition between the frosting, the glitter, and the embed. And on this one, I felt like I wasn't having to compete with frosting, so the embed and the glitter could really shine. That was my logic and reasoning behind this. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, let me know your guesses for some more princesses I may be doing this month. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, like going out, watching a new movie with your favorite Disney princess, or maybe playing a video game with a princess in it. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I don't really care what you do. Just be sure you do something fun for yourself. See you guys next week. Have an absolutely royal day and bye for now. Wow, the royal thing really is like coming into play, isn't it? We're having a royal day. Bye for now.